Alright, guys, welcome back again to this segment. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy weekend to everyone in the community. Back as always to let you know what's happening with the team. It's just so painful, right now what's happening because all these countries have started to release their World Cup list, including this one you see on the screen, which belongs to the Ivorian national team. And very soon, the noisy neighbors, the Ghana, South Africa, and the rest will be releasing theirs. And this definitely is painful. I'm not going to lie. It's painful, if you're a Nigerian, because if we had qualified, this is the moment we would all be very excited to see our list come out for the World Cup. But instead, all we are getting is the list for the Unity Cup, which it's not even out yet. But as well, it's like something that we'll just use to hold our body in this during this period. Well, let me just move on and talk about more important things. Right now, the under 20 women's team, that's the Falconet, have now known their opponent in the World Cup that is coming up in September. Of course, if you guys recall, they qualified by beating Malawi a few days ago. One at home, then 1-0 at home, and then lost 2-1 at the away at the Malawian you know country, and that obviously made us to qualify. Right now, we have booked our place and we'll be in the Group F. We'll be playing Spain, New Caledonia, and China. So this is our group right now, the Group F. Competition starts from September, the 5th of September, and ends on the 27th. It's going to be hosted in Poland across four Polish cities. So this is nice. It's really nice to see. Though this our group, I'm not sure it's not a very friendly group because these guys are top ballers. Spain, China. I know of those ones. New Caledonia as well. I'm sure they will also be a tough side to play against. To qualify basically is hard enough. So any team you see that has made it to the World Cup itself is a team to watch out for. But preparation will start soon, and hopefully, will the coach will uh, call out the squad members that he wants to go to the World Cup with. But that's going to take another few weeks. But let's move on and talk about Kelechi Iheanacho and the final that they have today. I'm calling it final because it literally represents a final. It's a league match, between Kelechi Celtic and Hearts, who occupy the first position in the league. They're only topping with 1 point, and today is the final match, which means Kelechi and his teammates need to win this match. They need to win to lift the Scottish Premier League title because they have 69 points. Hearts have 70 points. Last game of the season. Today, 12:30 p.m. This is a very important match, very exciting match. This is a final in my mind, and I want to watch it. I don't care who else have match, at that time, but I want to watch this match because it's going to be interesting, and I want to see what Kelechi is going to do for these guys. He's been helping them, all through, pushing them until this very moment. So hopefully, by God's grace, he helps them to lift this title. But there was a little bit of statement that Kelechi gave as regards to this match today. After that, that last weekend victory that he gave them to put them in the title race for today. After the game, he came out, and was asked about, contract renewal, which he said, in this what he said, I think after 90 minutes on Saturday, then we will talk about that. And then, when he was asked about the nickname that he was given, because he was started to be called Iceman after his call. He was called Iceman, after that penalty kick last week. And also, the journalist asked him about how he felt before he played the penalty, because obviously it was a high pressure moment, and tension and all of that. But here's what Kelechi said. He said, "You don't want to know what my heart was saying at the moment. I don't know about the fans, but my heartbeat was really high. It was a pressure moment, and I just needed to keep calm and focus and put it in the back of the net. It was big pressure and a big moment, so I'm happy we got through that." That's a statement for Kelechi Iheanacho ahead of after that game last week, and then ahead of today's game. Talk about the contract. He's not even thinking about that. He wants to be done with today's match and hopefully win it, lift the title, and then they can sit on the table with the Celtic owners and then talk about the potential for a new contract. Personally, I think if Kelechi is able to win this title for them today, then the possibility of signing a new contract is going to be high. It's going to be really high. They might extend it because everything is going in his favor. The fans love him. The fans are even saying they want a new contract of up to 2 years for him. So there's nothing really stopping Kelechi from getting that contract. The only thing that he needs now is to try and win this title with them today. But all the best to him. Let's move on and talk about the painful one right now, which is obviously what spoilt my day uh, late yesterday, and it's what Michael Kayode has come out to say recently regards who he is going to play for, whether it's Nigeria or the Italy Azzurri national team. Kayode said that he's happy that Nigeria has interest in him, that Nigerians are supporting him and all of that. But the truth is that his heart remains with Azzurri and is actively waiting to be called up to play for the Italy national team. And said that that's what his dreams are, to play for Italy. That he has already worn the shirt, at the age grade and all of that. That all he wants to do is to be able to play for the national team. He said that uh, he's been connecting, trying to bond with the players, senior players that are currently playing in the national team, even when he's in the Premier League. He meets some of them and all of that, and they speak a lot about the possibility that he might actually be called up, and he knows that it's very possible because he's improved a lot. He's shown his quality at Brentford and all of that, but he cannot wait to wear the Italy shirt. And obviously, you know what this means. It's a huge blow for us, for the NFF, for Coach Eric Shaw, for the Super Eagles, because he just picked his side right now. He has just told us that he's not really interested. That he loves, the country and the support he's getting from Nigerians, but his first choice will always be Italy, and that's a very heartbreaking statement from a Nigerian perspective. But I always say this: it's not everybody that we can end up converting. It's not everybody that will end up playing for the team. I have no issues, with any player who comes out and says that they don't want to play for Nigeria. The only issue that I have is just like what Mikel says: when a player doesn't want to make a decision, then they are sitting on the fence, waiting to see if their first choice doesn't work out, and then they will now decide, okay, I want to play for Nigeria. That's not acceptable. But for Kayode, he's a very young man, and he knows what he wants. It's really good to see that he knows that he wants to play for Italy, and he has decided to play for them, which is obviously impressive. What we don't want to see is that tomorrow now, if he doesn't get called up by Italy national team, and then he now presents himself to say that, okay, Nigeria, I'm ready, here I am. That will not be acceptable because it will now be two face of he will now be someone who has a two face. Let him stick with the Italy national team, and enjoy his football, international football, and we'll always be supporting him because once you're a Nigerian, you will always be a Nigerian, you know. But again, it's a huge blow for the team because we've been talking about all these rebuilding, by Coach Shaw, Frederick, Fernandez, and now we even started counting Kayode among the list, to build a very formidable defense. Also, Kevin Bassey. But it's quite unfortunate because that may not actually come to reality right now. But I'm just going to read what Kayode said lately about the fact. He said, "I'm happy that Nigerian people are happy for me. The opportunity to play for both teams is amazing. I always give priority to Italy. Even at the youth level, I grew up wearing the Azzurri shirt. I hope I hope to achieve this dream as soon as possible, but I have no doubt about which path to choose. Yes, we also had dinner with other Italian Premier League players. I was doing well. I felt involved even without being called up for the playoffs. For now, I'm only focused on qualifying for Europe with Brentford. We can aim to qualify for the cup until the end, so we don't want to let our guards down. The Azuri shirt would be a significant achievement, unthinkable until a few years ago, but I'll think about it in a few weeks. That's what he told Tutor Sport, which obviously is a sad one, for me, because I like this guy a lot. I would have wanted to see him choose Nigeria first, but it's understandable. Maybe if I was in his shoes, I probably would have also chosen Azuri because yeah, that's all he knows. He grew up there, played football there, and all of that. So it's really difficult for him to now come out and pick a country that he didn't spend his childhood in. So I really understand him. But all the best to him, and we hope that everything goes well for him, whoever he decides to pick at the end of the day.